Mute ला लो. Right.
A very good morning to one and all. Today we are traveling to Muscat, Oman, with Sister Gayatri. She is a computer graduate and an MBA in marketing and human resources. She is highly energetic and brings lightness and fun wherever she goes. Believes in learning, sharing, caring, and she is awesome Rajyoga meditator. I welcome Sister Gayatri on behalf of entire Hitkani team. Also, Brother David from Yan Sarovar Mountain. From entire Hitkani Dental College and Hospital, Hitkani Sabha, Jabalpur Hospital, Indian Dental Association Jabalpur, Indian Medical Association Jabalpur, Security Wing Mount Abu and Jabalpur branches, and our Sanskar Dhan. I, Dr. Monica Khatri, welcome you with this beautiful flower for all.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We can kickstart the session.
So thank you very much and good morning. Om Shanti to everyone. So it's like today is September 5th, it is on Teachers' Day too. So happy Teachers' Day to everyone. So because today now we look at like, as it is being mentioned as Teachers' Day, each one has to become teacher for our own self. So then only life will be very good. So before to start, like, so it's the beginning of the day, weekend again. There won't be much stress or tension or and hurry kind of thing because it's a holiday again. But still, there will be so many things going on in our mind. For that, we will just sit back and relax now. So let us take the experience of this freshness, feel this freshness by relaxing ourselves, by connecting with our own self. So we are giving some time to connect ourselves. So now we all just sit back and relax yourself. So brother will be playing some music for us. So that really again helps a lot to soothe ourselves. So whatever you are doing, just come in front of your screens, sit relaxed. And in this moment, give a thought to yourself. This time is for my own self. Whatever it is, my role, all these masks, whatever I wear, keep all of them aside for a while. I observe my mind. Without any analysis. Without any judgment. I allow my thoughts to flow. I keep observing them. As I allow the thoughts there are so many thoughts. Which are coming one after the other. Without any bridge for it. I allow all of them to flow. As I'm consciously watching them, they slow down and I feel relaxed. Thank you. Thank you very much, Brother David, for such a soothing music in the morning. It's so refreshing.
Thank you.
So morning itself means it's energetic. So outside in the nature also, as the sun rises, it brings the energy in everyone, even in the nature, even in us, everything, it brings energy. So by keeping this energy, we will look at about today's topic, power to accept. So I was just thinking about it because now the things all keep changing, and whatever we plan, so we are sure that it won't happen because of any conditions or changing situations and all these things. So in this case, like, how can we go ahead or move ahead? So that is a very big challenge. We can't even plan, and we don't know what needs to be done. And we have to just keep on going according to the time. So this is what I think we are all right now doing it. We do it somehow, we complete it also. But main thing is we feel a lot of stress in this moment and at the same time. So that is affecting everything. Means as I'm doing some work, if I'm not able to get it, so that is affecting other things also. So in these situations, mainly, that's what like power to accept is very much important. So what does acceptance is like? So we may be knowing the meaning of it, like just we have to accept it. We keep on using this word, but really are we accepting it? Because acceptance means what? So for that, an understanding is required. So understanding in the sense for that, again, I need knowledge about it. So when I have a proper knowledge, that leads to an understanding. Or when that turns into an understanding is when I give some time to know what it is. So that is also very much important. Otherwise, we all have so much of information or knowledge, but that knowledge just remains in the form of knowledge itself. So, being you all in the medical profession, you know everything in the sense related to the body, about its functioning, about its, how it influences, and all that, and what needs to be done. So, all these things we know in the form of a knowledge, but that needs to be like changed into an understanding. So, that where practice is very much required. So, whatever the knowledge I have, so I should know that where can it be used, how can it be used, and it should be again available. Means I should remember that whenever it is required. So exactly on that moment. So the right point on the right time it should come. So for that again, a practice again, it is very much required. So anyhow, in that for all that, so you are going through like proper education system is there. So where all the knowledge about each and everything, the syllabus, everything is there. But when it comes to the life, so who will give that knowledge? Like how can we get the knowledge? Or who will teach us what kind of knowledge or understanding is required to have a good life? So that is what Raj Yoga meditation is, or I can say that's the beauty of this meditation. So some people have the knowledge, like this needs to be done, that needs to be done, but we are not able to do even knowing. So that what happens. Like sometimes I've seen some doctors or they themselves start sharing like, so they say that this should not be done or this is needs to be like this and all that. But when it comes to the personal life, we ourselves are not able to stop them or overcome them. So I have the knowledge, but that is not in the form of an understanding. That needs to be changed into an understanding. So when I understand, then only I can accept it and I can face the challenge. So just a small example, we come across with like even we ourselves what we do if I'm not feeling well, little fever. So somehow I try to manage myself with home remedies and all that. So I will take some Panadol or paracetamol. So with that, I just go ahead. If it is going on like that, even after 3 days or 4 days, so then I will think of going to a doctor. So then the doctor says, like, usually they suggest, like, you have to go for an antibiotic, 7 days course. So it's a viral infection. So then, even though I can understand as it is not being cured with a normal paracetamol, so it may be some viral infection. But still, we visit the doctor because as they are having the knowledge, so with the knowledge, as they are giving that instruction or direction to take that tablets, so antibiotic course, so then it will be really more helpful for me to like go with it, or with that faith I will just go with it. So in the same way, after with that knowledge with they are giving to me, then I will accept, and with that faith I will go, and then I accept it as its environment. Otherwise, still that I am not accepting as environment. So in that sense, acceptance. So as I accepted it, that it's environment, so that brings me the energy inside that to face it. Means even though those 7 days I will be feeling the tiredness, I will be feeling all that pains and all that, I won't be comfortable, I don't feel like eating, and whatever that symptoms may be, but still I go with it, because it's been said that it will be there for 7 days. Till that you have to go with it. After that it's okay. So then all these 7 days, as I accepted, it's a course of 7 days. I will be able to bear it, or I will be able to face that whatever it is coming across in my way. But after seventh day, it's like eighth day of it. So then what happens? Like, so I start feeling like, oh, it's not bearable now. I have to visit the doctor again. All these symptoms were there even all the 7 days, but still I was going with it. But when it became eighth day, so then it became not unbearable. Then again I go to the doctor, so to again check it. So because all I just accepted for 7 days. That's the reason I was able to face it. That energy I got it to face those challenges. So this is what it is like with anything. So acceptance is like, it's not that I'm trying to understand what it is and all that. Acceptance is what it is right now. I just accept it. So then it really helps me to face. Otherwise, I can't face any challenges. In that way, even to remain happy, or even to be loving and all that. So we have to be accept in that sense. So the first thing is accepting ourselves as I am is a very big challenge. So we imagine ourselves that I'm good in this, I'm that, but I'm not. I'm thinking that, but I may not be that. Or sometimes people say you are like this, so in that way I think I am that, but may not be I am that. So in these situations, what happens is I feel more stressful to prove myself what they are saying or what it is being said or whatever I feel like. So then I won't be successful in whatever I'm doing. Then that all leads to like feeling low and all these things. So that is the reason it is again a big challenge for our own self to accept whatever I am as it is. So, in that sense, like meditation allows us time and space to understand who really I am, or what I am really, what my strengths and weaknesses are. So, where I'm really checking my inner self. So, that's what I'm just looking at this from few days, like when I start accepting really what I am, so then I feel so relaxed. Otherwise, so many thoughts will keep going on, distracting, disturbing, stressful, even challenging sometimes, and all those things. So when I start accepting, oh no, this is what it is. So then it's like at that moment itself, I feel that problem is being solved. It's not, I've not done anything, nothing like, but still, I just, when I accepted it, so I felt like that has been solved. So this is how, again, what I feel is means when I accept whatever I am, so then I'm very clear what needs to be done to reach that. Otherwise, I'm thinking that, oh, I can do it, it is possible. And at the same time, there will be the thought that may be or may not be, because just I'm thinking. that I'm good. But I don't know really I'm good in that or not. So when really I accept that this is what I am, so then I'm clear and I start working what needs to be done to achieve that. So it is something I can just only run for 100 meters of race, but I can't go for 200 meters. I can't have that capacity. If I just think, oh, it is okay, anyhow, I'm running 100 meters means 200 meters may also be possible. I'm just thinking that it is possible, but I have to really check that. So I can reach that 200 meters, but it is not the same as the 100 meters running. So then if I accept it, so then I start preparing myself. So then there won't be any fear again of losing or not successful and all those things. So first thing is accepting our own self, what really I am. And also, okay, I accept myself, this what I can do and all that. And as such as I start accepting, that will really help me to progress also. So I know which are the areas where I am weak and what needs to be added and all that. So in that sense, I start working. So the another thing is about accepting the people, because there is so much of power, because as I start accepting, I got that power, and with that power I start doing the things easily. And another thing is about others is like so it is very difficult. What happens is every time when we look at others, I look at in my own way, means in my own scale. It is something, if I like cleanliness, I would like to see the same thing in others also. So if they are clean, so then I feel that they are good. I like them. I make them as friends. I would like to be with them. So if they are not, I consider what kind of people they are. Can't they keep things clean? So in that way, I don't accept them or don't agree them. So then that leads to a lot of complications. That's how even when we see in the companies and all that, so individually that person is more efficient and effective, but when it comes to the group or in a team, he won't be performing well because he's not able to get along with the other person. So because his likes or his way of doing work and the other person's way of doing work is totally different. So that's the reason they are not able to match them, and it is taking a lot of time to resolve all these differences. So here acceptance is I'm accepting as that person is like both his qualities, means in the strengths and the weaknesses both. It's not just like he's good or he's not like that, or is this is what it is. So everything as the whole the person is, means in the sense he's good in this, he can't do this, so he this is what his way of speaking is. So this is what I am considering as the person fully. So acceptance is not that like if he's doing wrong things also I support him. No. So acceptance is again like this person is like this, his behavior is like that. So that is also I'm accepting. So this really helps us when we are dealing with the people or when we come across with the people, because sometimes there is so much of complications in relationships. It may be in the family, in the workplace, even in the society. So we feel hurt from them, means someone says anything and we felt hurt. So I have to be with that person or I have to work with that person. So in that situation, what happens? Every day I'm meeting that person. So then every time, whenever I meet, then I'm feeling the same hurt in that moment. So I know that person is like that, but still, every time when I come across that person, that kind of conversation happens. And then after that conversation, so I feel that hurt. So it is something I walk in the same road every day and there is a pit over there. So if I put my leg every day in that pit means what people say about me. And do you have any sense at all? Like you walk on that same road every day, but still you are falling in that pit every day. So that's what is happening over here. So as I'm walking every day, so I know that there is a pit. And when I come across that pit, so I'll just take a round and I go. So I don't put my leg in that pit again and again because I know that there is a pit over there. So in the same way, when it comes to the people also, accepting in the sense like what happens is, so I accept when I go to this person, this what his behavior will be, but I won't get affected with that behavior. So this is what the acceptance is. So he will be like that, but I don't get affected, but I will be still doing whatever it is. So then I don't waste, I'm not wasting my energy, my time, my thoughts, and all these things in correcting that because that person is just like that. So then when I accept, then only the solution will come. Otherwise, I will be holding on to that problem itself. So that is the reason it is very much important to accept first, like this is what the situation is, or this is what that person is. So it is, that's what like no the puzzles and all that, the challenges what they give, they will give some conditions for it. So without that conditions, it won't be like interesting. So otherwise, everyone will do it, right? So in that case, like what happens is, in the same way, what I will be doing is I'm accepting with everything. So then I will be able to think of the solution. Otherwise, we will be into the problem. How much ever we try to come out of it, we will be still with that. Every time I feel the same hurt, same thing, and I feel like, oh, this should not happen and all that. But still, again, it happens, and it not only happens, it keep increasing also because I'm adding every moment. Not only in that just moment, after that also it will go on in our minds. So in that sense, acceptance means it has got so much of power where I'm able to change myself or where I'm able to transform or get along with the things or face the challenges. That's why that's like the power means we can say that has so much of power that will help me to deal with the things. So this is what when it comes to the uh, people as such, because we have to come across every time with different natures, different behaviors, different personalities, and all that. So, in that way, acceptance becomes a road for change. Otherwise, I will be going with it every time in the same way and same ideologies which are not working. So it is something I will be coming out of the box. It's not that I'm accepting, which is not at all true. Acceptance is something which is truth, the reality. So when I understand it, it really helps us. So as I was mentioning about the Raj Yoga, the study of it, so that really gives the true knowledge. So with this understanding, what really happens is our lives are becoming easier. Same people, same work, coming across with situation, even sometimes sudden uncertainty, all this is things are happening. But the knowledge what Raj Yoga gives, it really helps us to accept or get along with it. So we can see that it is something, it is preparing us before. Otherwise, the time is forcing us to change. If I'm not changing before myself or I'm not preparing myself before, then if the time forces me to change, then it will be very painful. So that's the reason it is very much important to accept whatever it is and not to try to question it or like try to change it, just accept and move ahead. Then we can remain happy. That's how it is being said. Happiness exists only in acceptance. So otherwise, we can't remain happy at all. Something or the other will be changing and it will be against what we think and all that. So just accept, then we can see the happiness. And also the love comes because we have to have love to each other. So I want to have that love, but because of that person, I can't have that love because of behavior, because of his habits and all this. So when I accept, so then it becomes easy for me to forgive that person and have love. Otherwise, it is affecting me. It's not the other person. It is affecting me a lot. So it is important for me to accept, not for others, for my own self. Because when I accept, all those negative thoughts, all which are coming in my mind, will stop. Otherwise, it will be keep on going on, and it affects a lot. See, we can see so many benefits out of it, like by just accepting. I'm not doing anything. I'm not solving anything, or I'm not even making effort to change that person or nothing. But just accepting, it really brings a lot of power. Even when I accept the other person, so then I really can help out the other person to change also. Or otherwise, even that person start listening to me because I'm giving the directions to that person with an intention, with a good intention. Like, so that's the reason that person will start listening to you. Even though I'm giving suggestions or correcting, but he will still accept me because as I accepted, and with that makes us with that good wishes, good vibrations, what happens become it becomes simpler. Otherwise, there will be so much of problem in communication or understanding and all that because that has so many blockages. So the people think like, why I have to listen to that person? Okay, I am okay with it. Who is that person to correct me? So this is how even the good things are being given, they are not able to take it. So when I accept, then in my words, there will be a concern, there will be a mercy, there will be forgiveness to the other person. So then other person will be considering in a good way and he will be accepting. So this is how, like, even in the relationship, it becomes easier. So in that case, even when it comes to the nature, here it's an hot country. So it's too much of hot. I think there it's rainy, good weather in India. But now here weather is little bit changing and all that. So it's too hot. That's for sure. We can't change the temperature and all that because that's not under our control, and we can't do anything towards it. So what the thing is like how to get along is when we accept, it becomes easier. Thing is accepting. So it's just then what really I felt it becomes simpler. So just accept it. So then what happens is it really becomes very easy. Means whatever the tough, challenging things may be, but still we can achieve it. Okay, may not be achieving, but I remain still happy by accepting it. So that is what really important according to the time. It is not that I will be happy when I do this, when I achieve this, or when I gain this. No, that's again our illusions. So main thing is whatever it is, if I want to remain happy, even doing everything, even if I don't achieve anything, means I have to just accept it. So that's the power of acceptance. So acceptance bring happiness, acceptance bring love, acceptance bring peace also. Because I have accepted that, so I will be reducing so many thoughts in my mind. Otherwise, what I will do is I will be just justifying it, proving myself. No, I'm not this. You are like that. So, so many thoughts I will be creating. So, if so many thoughts are going on, so how can I remain peaceful? All right. So when I accept, so this person is like this is what with me, even with whatever the diseases, with what I am having, I have to just accept. Otherwise, what really happening now, I feel is, so people, okay, they have some disease and all that, they just go to the best doctor and get the treatment, medicines, and all that. They do everything, all sorts of things, even they get so many like remedies online also, as many people as so many remedies they start giving also. But until and unless I have accepted and I have that faith on it, so nothing will work. Because what will be going on will be is like, oh, I'm doing this whether this work or not. So then obviously then it won't work. So as it is like so much of negativity, doubts, and all that, so then there won't be peace. So when I accept it, so this is what the disease is, I'm doing it, then it will be okay because I'm doing some solution for it, right? So then I should have faith on it, and I keep going with it. As I accept it, this will cure me. So then obviously it will do, we will see that results. So in that way, I will remaining peaceful. That power, again, that peaceful state of mind will help me to cure. Otherwise, that restless stage, that negative thoughts and all that, it even increases, that makes even more complication. Simple things, but as there is so much of negativity, that making us complications or creating complications. So that is the reason it's very important to accept. So just accepting, again, that needs a lot of understanding. That is is like a saying. So understanding is the first step to accept, and not only with acceptance can there be recovery. So this is how like I have to accept. So that much power is there, that which recovers also. So this is what again we can see. For that, again, when it comes to the life, so there are so many realities or the truths which needs to be accepted. That's what really I felt like through Raj Yoga in my life. So the understanding, the knowledge, daily basis, what the study we are doing, that really helps me to accept the things easily. So the situation comes, it's not that it won't be coming, but at that moment, the understanding, the knowledge, what we are getting, when that comes to the mind, immediately it becomes easier. So at the same time, again, the power is required. So in that way, the meditation empowers us. So the knowledge and the power together will help me to be successful. Otherwise, we can see people, they are knowledgeable, but they don't have the power. They just keep saying this needs to be done, that needs to be like that, but they can't do it. So because they don't have the power to do it. In that sense, that's the reason. There is a lot of difference between my thoughts and actions. I think a lot, this needs to be done, that needs to be done, but I'm not able to do it because I don't have that power to do it. In that case is what happens, I takes a longer period of time. It's like we say that I thought about it 1 year before and it's happening now. Means I took 1 year to accumulate that power to do it. So in that sense, it's not that the time heals. Like when I accept, then what happens is it starts healing, or that's what's solves the problems in that sense. So in that way, acceptance plays a major role. So accept the person. This is what his behavior is. This is, some people, they speak rudely, harshly. That is their behavior. It's, they doesn't mean that, but they speak like that. So this is how we have to accept. Then it becomes easy, even though whatever they say, we don't feel that hurt. So here, in that way, I'm saving myself from all those negative things, that feelings of hurt, sorrow, and all that. And I'm able to get along with that person, give that love, and I also remain happy. So this is how I felt like on all these days. What helped me is again accepting. So this is what it is. Just go ahead. So then all the routes will be clear, and that again helps me to change also. Otherwise, whatever we are, we just remain means. So it won't be useful. So that's what I was just thinking now when we go with some gadgets and all that. So obviously we just go with something with upgraded versions. In the market, every time they come out with upgraded versions of even the mobiles and all that. So in that way, we look at the upgraded versions in that. So to what extent I am upgrading myself. So in that way, like we can see, acceptance will help me to upgrade. So this is what I want to achieve means when I know what is lacking or where I am, then acceptance help me to work out accordingly. Otherwise, otherwise I just keep on doing without any uh, pro, uh, like what I am and without that understanding. So I don't know, and I'm just keep doing it means at the end I may not be seeing the results because I'm totally in the other way. So this is how like I feel power of acceptance is very much important. So in that way, you are all like knowledgeable, but now we have to give some time for that to understand. So then that whatever the valuable knowledge we are all having will uh, help us seeing the transformation inside us. Otherwise, it will just remain as a piece of knowledge. So there were just we are accumulating knowledge, but we are not seeing any benefits out of it. So there where the meditation helps us to churn, get into that and imbibe those knowledge in our life. So this is how I would like to conclude in that sense, like understanding of knowledge, whatever we are having. So it's very much important. So that really helps in our life and it makes us easy, happy, and loving and peaceful. So yes, thank you. I hope I shared few things, whatever it came out, the experiences what I had on these days about accepting. Any questions from your side related to this, or what your experience of accepting in your life also? That also you can share.
Good morning, Sister Gayatri.
Yeah, good morning.
Happy Teachers Day. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yes, there are a few questions. The session was awesome, but I have some questions to ask. Can I?
Yes. Yeah.
How to accept wrong people all the time? Even though we have power, but sometimes it is very difficult to accept the wrong people. So how can we accept them?
So that's what, as I mentioned, like acceptance in the sense it's not I am allowing them to do wrong things or I am supporting them to do what they are doing. So people are wrong. So can I change that person? Can we change them?
No,
It's not in our hand, right? So we can't change them. So the other option, what's remaining is I myself. So that person is wrong. So whenever I come across, have to deal that person is that's what I have to prepare myself. So when I accept, so then I will start thinking about like what needs to be done to deal with that person. So okay, he speaks like that every time he starts blaming, commenting me. So I can't stop him commenting because that's his nature. He's also not wrong, right? Because that's his nature. So he's with his nature. So then what I have to do is like what I can do so that even though his words are like that, what kind of thoughts needs to be brought, like, or what kind of understanding I should give to my own self so that I don't get affected. It is something if there is like, as I said, a pit or there is some waste over there or like there is a drainage. I will just jump or I just cross that and I go. Knowing that it is a drainage, I don't go in that side. So if I just start covering myself through some cloth so that I don't get that smell also. So all these precautions we are taking, like it's like outside it is virus. So in that way, I can't blame that why this virus or we can't stop that. So instead of that, what I'll do is how can I protect myself? So this is what we are looking at. So then it becomes easier.
The another question I also wanted to ask is how can we accept how the past experiences can be managed? There are some past experiences which imprint in our mind. It becomes a stigma. So how can we vanish?
Yeah, so it's not so easy because it happened with us, and every time it comes up, and that again, whatever the pain or the suffering, what I felt at that moment, again, we start feeling it. So, again, when we look at it, so what's happening is when I think about it, it is hurting me a lot, it is very painful. To what extent I will experience the same thing again and again. So, here where again we need an understanding. That's very important. So, usually when we see people, they are in trouble or in problems, in a suffering, they just go and keep on saying, don't worry, everything will be good. Just it will be okay. So, they come and console us, but it's not so easy. They are just saying it's okay, but it's not so okay. We are able to see it. It's very difficult. But that's what understanding is really required, what it is, why it is, and all that. So, in that case, like when it comes to the past, it's happened. Okay, it was a bad incident. I did a big mistake that affected a lot. Can I change it? No, that can't be done. So, in this situation, I have to just take that lesson. So, means when I accept it, so it is something here, there is a table. I'm being asked to lift it, but I am not strong enough to lift it. So when can I lift is when I accept that I'm not strong. So then what happens is I start working to make myself strong enough so that I can lift this table. So here we're accepting, okay, I did the mistake. So this is what has happened. So then what happens is I start working on it to change it or like what needs to be done so that things becomes better. So this is how like when I start working on it, then what happens is I come out with solutions and it is like solved. Okay, it comes, but the effect of it won't be there. That pain and all that I don't feel because I accepted it. I prepared my mind. So it don't happen overnight, but I have to keep working with my own self. So this is what happened. Okay, no problem. So it is something as we usually forgive people. They say you forgive people. So in that way, same way, I have to forgive myself and accept this is what happened. So then gradually what happens is it really helps me to come out of that feeling of hurt or mistake and all these things.
As all these pains and past experiences definitely.
Sorry, your voice is not clear.
Is it all audible now?
Yeah,
Hello.
now it's okay. Yeah.
As our past experiences, bad memories affect our mind. So, how and what should we do to so that the all the like acceptance can improve? If we accept, it will be healing ourselves, our soul first of all. So, how it will improve our power and our mind?
Yes, as I was mentioning about the meditation also. So meditation really empowers us or makes us powerful. So as we are not able to work on ourselves, so then obviously we look at some support externally. Like if a patient is not able to even stand or like that, so then at that moment he needs some external support or vitamins or whatever it is. So then he'll be given intervene so that he gets some energy. Even after that, it's not that he will be strong enough, so he will be guided so to have a healthy diet, medicines and all that. Means still after that he has to work on himself so that he becomes strong enough. So in that way, like meditation, yeah, one thing is where I'm keeping myself more positive, calm and peaceful. So that also is helping me to save the energy whatever I am having. Otherwise it will be wasted by our negative thoughts as I'm thinking more and more about it. So then I feel more weak. So in that way, one is like as I remain peaceful and calm, accepting myself, so that reduces my thoughts, and at the same time, I need more energy. So this is how where we are connecting to the Almighty, the Divine. So who is the source of the energy, the power? So with which we will really empower us means we will be charged. So when I just remain positive or calm, so I'm just saving the energy, whatever it is there with me. But I need more energy, power to come across all this situation. So then it's the time to connect to the source from where I can energize myself.
Thank you, Mr. Gayatri. Like as you said, it takes time, and being positive, meditating will definitely help us to accept all our past experiences, bad people, or not exactly the bad people, but how the people are. But what is the role of time and karma to accept any situation?
Sorry, what's the role of?
Time. What is the role of time and karma?
Yes, say some in some case it's like any problems comes like, and after some time, maybe 6 months or 1 year, that problem vanishes or it finishes. Like so, in that sense, they say as it's a time heals. So how means why it's like 6 months or 4 months or 1 year, like it's taking that time and all that. So here, like when it comes to the karma, so whatever I have done, that will come back to me. So it is like in the uh, court also for each and every cases and all that. So there is different punishments. So if you have done this, you have 3 months of imprisonment. If you have done this, 6 months of imprisonment or five years of imprisonment, depending upon what he has done. So after 5 years, why he's been released? So why after 3 months he is being just released after just 3 months? So it's a small mistake. So for that to realize or to complete that, so 3 months is enough. So if that's a big mistake, so that takes a lot of time. So in the same way, time heals means all those 3 months I am facing that where I'm clearing my punishment. So it's not just I have to be behind the bars itself. So then only I will be clear in my accounts, karma, and all that. But here, as such, also we can see people are clear in the process of clearing their karma now. So all that time they are experiencing that punishment. So once that punishment is finished, that problem itself is not there. It finishes automatically because I cleared it.
Thank you, sister, for such a wonderful explanation and wonderful assistance of all the questions. The dice is here.
Yeah, thank you for such wonderful questions. Yes.
Brother David, want to add something?
Yeah, you can share your thoughts.
Yeah, I was thinking with the acceptance, it's interesting when you were mentioning part of that talk, and when we, even now in the digital world, when you go onto a new website or something, there's always a message. Do you accept the conditions? You have to tick that box, otherwise you can't. Otherwise, you can't view that
Yes.
particular site. So I was thinking how how does that relate to my acceptance of things? And I guess it's like that, like you're saying there, we have to really, when we do accept, actually, in actual fact, everything as it is. And sometimes I feel this is it's a really good practice to have when we understand this whole world game and the whole whatever's happening in front of us. When there is that full acceptance of everything as it is, there's a lot of it sort of generates a lot of many other powers within the self, because then it's easy to adjust, it's easy to accommodate, it's easy, many things become very easy when there's that acceptance. And it's true, if we don't accept something, then in our mind the battle is actually within our mind, not necessarily what's happening externally, but actually in our mind it can be it can be very tense, because it's like we can say to ourselves sometimes, this can't be happening, now, it's not happening, but it is actually happening. And of course, when we're in that mode, we're not accepting. So of course there's a resistance, and of course it creates a lot of stress, a lot of tension. And sometimes I find this is sometimes when we may have a plan. Say today I have a plan to do this, this, and this, and I keep that really fixed. And then something comes along in that process where it doesn't go to what I fixed in my mind as a plan. Am I able to adjust to that? Do I accept it, or do I, bulldoze my way through something where I say, no, I'm doing this and I don't have time for this, I don't have time for anything else. And then, and usually what happens in this type of experience is that coming again and again until I learn that lesson of acceptance. Because usually what happens, the things that come to us are the things we have to learn the most, or it's our lessons we have to go through on this spiritual path.
Awesome.
So thank you for the opportunity to share a bit on that.
That's what yesterday just someone came and they were sharing about few things. So she said that I said, now we just have to do it. We just have to change it. So then everything happened. So I said, how it got happened. So you accepted it, what it is. So that's how it started happening. All these days you are just, you are thinking about it. Now you accepted it. So now it's all happening. So yes, acceptance.
True. Dr. Vedant, want to add something? Okay, finally, the end note on behalf of entire Hipkani Dental College and Hospital, entire Hipkani team, Indian Dental Association Jabalpur, Indian Medical Association Jabalpur, Security Wing Jabalpur, Security Wing Mount Abu, and Sanskar Dhani. We all bless you, have gratitude, infinite blessings and gratitude to our most honorable speaker and our musician, the live musician who is always with us. Thank you so very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much for giving opportunity to share my thoughts. Good to meet you all.
Happy
Yes,
Teachers Day, Mr. Gayathri.
thank you. Thank you,
A
brother.
very, very, very happy Teachers Day, and yes, end note is far to accept. We need to accept ourselves before we have to accept anything or everything.
That's true. uh, I, just my present experience, I say like just accept it easy. Otherwise, that may have brought me into stress. It's okay.
Yes,
Accepted
Sister
it.
Gayatri. Yes, this was a live experience for you. The topic
Yeah,
was matching with your situation today.
that's good. Yeah, thank you very much.
Happy Teachers Day, Sister Gayathri.
Thank you.
Teachers Day, Brother David.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
Dr. Monica.
Thank you. Om Shanti.
Monica, and is it?
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Shanti.